Hello and welcome back to another great episode of 100 Yards of Football Sports Talk Radio. I'm your producer Jeremiah Long, and joining me for our NFL Draft Prospect Special on Justin Shaffer, the offensive guard from the Georgia Bulldogs, is our host and my dude, Mr. Logan Landers. How's it going?
Hey, I'm doing great, man. We're talking some offensive linemen today for our draft prospects. We have a ton of amazing draft prospect specials on the channel, right? We've been doing it for a long time, for multiple months, leading you up to the NFL draft. We're trying to get a ton, as many of the draft prospects we can covered here on the show, right? With myself, with you included, with Mr. Football Vince Turner, Bobby Butler, and of course our great friend, former NFL draft scout Daniel Kelly, coming on the show and breaking down some great players. We're trying to get them all covered. And up to date, we're getting with the big guys, right? Justin Shaffer, Georgia native. Georgia, just got off of a fresh national championship, riding that high, and is now ready to move on to the next step in the National Football League. I can't wait to see where he ends up.
Absolutely. And for everybody watching, thank you so much for joining us. Listening to you from your feedback, we have found out that all of your shares through organic means by telling your friends and family all about us has had a great effect on our growth for our video and for our podcast based performances. So thank you so much. Every week, our show is brought to you by the Believe Podcast Network, and we could not be more excited. And you know that we're right around the corner from the big game itself, the last game of the NFL season. And if you're wondering what you should do and what you think the predictions will be for those games, go to Bet Online. It's not just for football. You can bet for basketball, hockey, boxing, UFC odds. They're the best out there. And so head to Bet Online with your mobile device and sign up today, and you can receive a 50% off welcome bonus with your first deposit. Just use our code BELIEVE, BLEAV, to get started. And man, if you were wondering what's going to happen and you want to actually put it down on the line, that is a great opportunity. But for this particular draft prospect with Mr. Justin Shaffer, the offensive guard out of Georgia, Mr. Logan Landers, what do we have to look forward to out of this young man's performance?
Well, we are going to be getting a guy who is 6'4", 326 pounds, a good size in the young man, has the nickname of Pac-Man. I did a little research. I'm like, why do they call him Pac-Man? Well, because he gobbles up linebackers, right? If he gets into space, he's going to shove them out the way, get some good gaps, and help out his team. That's why they give him the name Pac-Man, because he just eats up opposing defenders. So you already got to love the swagger with that. Got to love the little confidence. Got to have the nickname going into the draft. But Justin Shaffer, right, like I mentioned, very good player. Georgia native, came out of Ellenwood High School, right? Out of Cedar Grove High School in Ellenwood, Georgia. So a great Georgia native, right? Played at the University of Georgia, hoping maybe to go to the Falcons, keep that Georgia streak alive. We know you never know. So you're getting a guy who came off of a national championship, has been in Georgia for a couple of seasons now. He came out in 2017 was his first year. He played in 8 games as a reserve O-lineman in 2018, played in 12 games as a reserve. 2019, he saw action in 6 of the 14 games, right? So he played a little bit, played offensive guard, played left guard in a couple of games. His first start came against the Tennessee Vols at left guard. And he played every single snap against UT, started against South Carolina, but he did miss the last 8 games of the year due to injury. So once he finally got on the field, he got hurt. But it's all right, though, because last year, right, in 2020, he's able to redeem himself. He started the season's first 9 games at left guard. Then he moved over to to right guard for the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl, where Georgia was last season. All SEC third team last year, right? Played all offensive snaps in 6 different games, also including the Peach Bowl against Cincinnati. So when the lights are brightest, he is able to show up and play every single down you need him to play. And then this past season, right, 2021, his final season as a Georgia Bulldog, voted as AP and coaches all SEC second team, started at left guard in all of 15 Georgia's games, second only to Cedric Van Pran, the other offensive lineman there at Georgia in terms of total snaps, which is good for around 88%. So he was on the field for the majority of the season, which you love to see. Include every single snap in 5 games, such as against Clemson, Kentucky, Florida, Michigan, and Alabama. So a lot of good names there, a lot of good teams. And was named a captain for one of 3 games, so he was looking good there. Got the nod there. First team preseason All American as well, and preseason All SEC second team, where she ended up going with. But you're getting a guy, like I said, he's 6'4", 325 to 330, just kind of depends on how he's feeling that week, what all he's having in his diet. And he is a great player. Definitely more of a run blocking offensive guard than a pass blocking, I would say. That's one of his concerns going into the draft that I've seen is he's got good foot speed, right? But some say he might struggle because it's not amazing, right? He does have good foot speed, but it's not elite. So he could struggle against some of the quicker defensive linemen in the draft or already in the NFL. But his best asset is his strength as a run blocker. Like I said, that's why they named him Pac-Man. Gives a very good push, able to play with leverage, bends at the knees, and is able to just show you what he's about. It just hits everyone, pushes him out the way, and drives them to the ground. Very good, intelligent player, right? Has a mean side to him, and a great character and work that all around. Didn't find nothing bad about him. Seemed like everyone enjoyed being in his company. Great, like I said, great strength, amazing upper body. Can't wait to see what he's going to do with the bench press for the combine, and he's going to look good there. And his awareness, right? His awareness is top notch. Also, he's like I said, he's been hurt some, which might draw the ire of someone, but he's been able to come back and play a lot. He's been able to help out, get some double teams, and he's been protecting a lot of great quarterbacks, right? He protected Stetson Bennett, Heisman. Didn't win the Heisman, but he did win a lot of awards, a lot of the hearts of Georgia fans. And you always got to love protecting your quarterback, right?
Absolutely, yeah. Protecting your quarterback is so freaking important. It's as important as, staying safe online and, making sure to protect your data, and like I'd say here at 100 yards of football, if you're going to protect your data like you protect your quarterback, then we'd probably suggest NordVPN. It's the world's best VPN service. A VPN is a virtual private network, meaning you can go onto the browser NordVPN and you can not, get all of your data exposed. It actually protects all of your data so nobody can see what you're doing online. Protects your passwords, protects your browser history, all of those things. So you can put it on all of your devices, your computers, your phone. You can put it everywhere. They have unlimited bandwidth, so you don't have to worry about slow connections either. And their plans start at less than $4 a month. So we are a sponsor with Believe Podcast Network for NordVPN. So you can grab your exclusive VPN deal by going to nord.com/believe, BLEAV, and you get up to 70% off your NordVPN plan. So you can keep yourself safe online, just like our dude, Mr. Justin Shaffer, keeps people safe online. So if you are watching us and enjoying the show, thank you so much. And if you're listening to our podcast, thank you again. But if you're not listening to our podcast, come and join us. We are 100 Yards of Football anywhere that you listen to podcasts, including over on Spotify, over on Apple Podcasts, on Overcast, on Amazon Podcast, on I keep forgetting what's the Echo Cast, and so many other places that you can enjoy our podcast along with us. So, Mr. Logan Landers, what is your final word on Justin Shaffer?
You're gonna get a guy, right, who needs a little bit of polishing, right? He does have a couple of weaknesses to him. He has lost a couple of battles, right, with some of the quicker guys in the SEC. Definitely, I think he needs to work on his pass blocking a little bit. But I think overall, right, you're getting a guy who's great at run blocking. That's why they gave him the nickname Pac-Man, a guy with great strength, great speed, good once he gets into the second level. He's got good hands. He can throw guys around, good strength with a good mean side to him. But just a little bit of polishing, I think, and he's going to be a good pick. We'll see where he can end up, what team he's going to go to, what round he'll be drafted in. But I think you'll get a guy, right? A guy with a national championship under his belt. That's always nice to see. Someone who came back from injury, played in a lot of snaps this past season, and someone who's just looks like an overall a very good guy. And we'll see where he's going to end up in the draft. But I think overall you're going to get a good prospect. Once he can work on the pass blocking a little bit, I think he's going to be great. But definitely, I think he needs to go to a team with a good running back. And I think that's where he's really going to excel. And I can't wait to see where Justin Shaffer, right, the former UGA Bulldog, is going to go in the 2022 NFL draft in just a few short months.
Whew, yeah, we can't wait to see either. So tell us in the comments, what do you think? Where will Justin Shaffer go? Will he be drafted early, What team do you think will get him? And what do you think will happen? We are presented by Bet Online on this show, so you can go and place your bets, or you can just place your bets with your friends and family and just ask them, what do you think? We definitely advocate for that. I am your producer, Jeremiah Long, and you've been watching our show presented by our host, Mr. Logan Landers, where we've covered our NFL draft prospect for Justin Shaffer, the offensive guard from Georgia. Stay tuned because we're going to be back with another draft special here in just one moment.